On January 20th, 2021, Joseph R. Biden Jr. was sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. He inherited a nation grappling with a deadly pandemic, economic uncertainty, and deep political divisions. Biden promised a new era of unity and a return to normalcy. His presidency has witnessed significant legislative achievements and efforts to restore America's standing on the world stage. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, passed in March, is a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. It provided direct payments, enhanced unemployment benefits, and funding for vaccine distribution. The plan also supported state and local governments. It prevented layoffs of essential workers and expanded the child tax credit. This lifted millions of children out of poverty. The plan was crucial for economic recovery and curbing the virus. In November 2021, Biden signed into law the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, a bipartisan bill that represented a historic investment in America's infrastructure. The $1.2 trillion package allocated funding for a wide range of projects, including roads, bridges, airports, public transit, broadband internet, and clean energy initiatives. This landmark legislation aimed to address years of underinvestment in infrastructure and create jobs by modernizing America's transportation systems, expanding access to high-speed internet, and promoting clean energy technologies. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act allocated $110 billion for roads and bridges, addressing the deteriorating condition of America's transportation network. The bill also provided $66 billion for passenger and freight rail, the largest federal investment in passenger rail since the creation of Amtrak. The act dedicated $39 billion to modernize public transit systems, improving accessibility and expanding service in urban and rural areas. Recognizing the importance of digital connectivity, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act allocated $65 billion to expand broadband internet access, particularly in underserved rural communities. The bill also included significant investments in clean energy initiatives, with $73 billion for power infrastructure to promote renewable energy sources and grid modernization. This funding aimed to reduce carbon emissions, create jobs in the clean energy sector, and enhance America's energy independence. The Inflation Reduction Act, signed into law in August 2022, represented the most significant federal action to address climate change in U.S. history. This comprehensive legislation included a wide range of provisions aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions, promoting clean energy, and investing in climate resilience. The act's passage marked a significant step towards achieving Biden's goal of reducing U.S. greenhouse gas emissions by 50 to 52% below 2005 levels by 2030. The Inflation Reduction Act provided tax credits and incentives for individuals and businesses to invest in clean energy technologies, such as solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles. The act also included funding for research and development of new clean energy technologies, aiming to accelerate the transition to a low-carbon economy. The legislation's provisions on clean energy were projected to create millions of jobs in the growing clean energy sector. Beyond its focus on clean energy, the Inflation Reduction Act also addressed other environmental concerns, such as reducing air pollution and protecting natural resources. The act provided funding for programs to improve air quality, clean up polluted sites, and conserve forests and wetlands. The Inflation Reduction Act represented a comprehensive approach to tackling climate change, addressing both the causes and consequences of a warming planet. Section 5. Reshaping the Judiciary, a Legacy of Diversity. In addition to his legislative achievements, Biden has made a significant impact on the federal judiciary through his appointments. As of February 2025, Biden has appointed a record number of federal judges, surpassing the pace set by his predecessors. His appointments have been notable for their diversity, reflecting his commitment to ensuring that the federal bench reflects the demographics of the nation. Biden has prioritized appointing judges with diverse backgrounds and experiences, including public defenders, civil rights lawyers, and individuals from underrepresented communities. His nominees have included a historic number of women, people of color, and members of the LGBTQ+ community. This emphasis on diversity has been widely praised by civil rights groups and legal scholars, who argue that a more diverse judiciary is essential for ensuring fairness and equal justice under the law. Biden's judicial appointments have also been notable for their ideological balance. While his nominees have generally been liberal-leaning, they have also included individuals with more moderate records. This approach reflects Biden's stated commitment to appointing qualified judges who will uphold the Constitution and apply the law fairly, regardless of their personal views. Section 6. Executive Actions Addressing Urgent Challenges. Beyond legislation, Biden has utilized executive orders to address pressing issues and advance his policy agenda. Executive orders are directives issued by the president that have the force of law without requiring congressional approval. Biden has issued executive orders on a wide range of issues, including climate change, healthcare, immigration, and racial justice. On his first day in office, Biden signed a series of executive orders aimed at reversing some of the policies of the previous administration. These orders included rejoining the Paris Agreement on climate change, ending the travel ban on citizens from several Muslim-majority countries, and halting construction of the Keystone XL pipeline. Biden also issued executive orders to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, expand access to healthcare, and protect LGBTQ+ rights. Throughout his presidency, Biden has continued to use executive orders to address emerging challenges and advance his policy priorities. Section 7. A Voice of Unity and Resolve. Biden's Notable Speeches. Throughout his presidency, Biden has used his speeches to articulate his vision for America, address critical issues, and rally the nation. His speeches have been characterized by a message of unity, empathy, and a call for bipartisanship. Biden's oratory style is often conversational and heartfelt, seeking to connect with his audience on a personal level. In his inaugural address, delivered on January 20, 2021, Biden called for national unity and healing after a divisive election. He emphasized the need to confront the challenges facing the nation, including the COVID-19 pandemic, economic inequality, and racial injustice together. Biden's inaugural address set the tone for his presidency, emphasizing a message of hope, resilience, and a commitment to working across party lines to address the nation's problems. Biden has also delivered notable speeches on the international stage, reaffirming America's commitment to its allies and its role as a global leader. In a speech to the Munich Security Conference in February 2021, Biden declared that America is back and pledged to work with its allies to address global challenges such as climate change, pandemics, and nuclear proliferation. Biden's speeches on the world stage have emphasized diplomacy, multilateralism, and a commitment to working with other nations to address shared challenges. Section 8. Navigating a Turbulent World. Foreign Policy and Global Engagement. Biden's presidency has faced a complex geopolitical landscape from COVID-19 to the rise of China. His administration aims to restore America's global leadership and rebuild alliances. Biden rejoined the Paris Agreement, restored WHO participation, and engaged with Iran. He strengthened NATO alliances and took a firm stance on China. Section 9. Conclusion. A Presidency of Consequence. As Biden's presidency concludes, his legacy will be debated and analyzed for years to come. His tenure has been marked by both significant achievements and formidable challenges. On the domestic front, Biden has overseen the passage of historic legislation, including the American Rescue Plan Act, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. These legislative victories have addressed pressing issues such as the COVID-19 pandemic, economic recovery, climate change, and infrastructure investment. Biden's presidency has also been defined by his efforts to restore America's global leadership and rebuild alliances strained during the Trump administration. He has rejoined international agreements, engaged in diplomatic efforts to address global challenges, and reaffirmed America's commitment to its allies. Biden's foreign policy approach has emphasized diplomacy, multilateralism, and a commitment to defending democracy and human rights. Biden's presidency has been consequential, marked by both triumphs and tribulations. His legacy will be shaped by the long-term impact of his policies, both domestic and foreign, and his ability to navigate a complex and ever-changing world. History will ultimately judge the successes and failures of his presidency, but there is no doubt that Biden's time in office has left an indelible mark on the United States and the world.